Hey everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. I am gonna make you a dessert pizza tonight. So this is a brown butter maple cookie pizza, and I'm gonna use my stone this time. So I'll talk to you guys about the stone here in a minute, but I wanted to tell you about what I'm doing for the frosting. So I started out by browning up a quarter of a cup of butter in our newest cast iron enamel pan. Has a little pour spout on this side. Let's see if I can get you to see it. There it is. And it's our milk pan, so it's perfect for doing hot chocolate, making like potpourri on the stove, mulling spices, and browning some butter because it's not a ton. So it doesn't take long at all. All you have to do is put it on medium heat, and it will bubble up and foam up, and then that foam starts to reside and you'll see some little brown bits in the bottom, and that's when you pull it off and you put it into another bowl to help it stop cooking. So in this bowl, this is one of our newest bowls. It's a plastic bowl so that I can use my next product. And in here, I have 1 tablespoon of maple syrup that I used with my little petite measure-all cup. So this side, you can measure all of your liquids and you just pour in however much you want and then pour it out. And this side is for your stickier, messier foods. It has teaspoons, tablespoons, and milliliters. So I just put the maple syrup in there, poured it out. You can push it out completely to get a nice clean amount. And then I had 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream that I added using our little mini measure-all cup. And I love these as well. These are perfect when you're making salad dressings and different things like that. And then I added in 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. So that's in with the butter already. So then I'm gonna use our new Flex Plus multi-prep set. And I usually just refer to it as the Flex Plus. I'm going to show it to you in 2 different ways today. So first, we're going to mix this up, and this Flex Plus is 3 things in one. It is a 6-cup food processor, it is a hand mixer, and it's an immersion blender. It's all battery powered. You get everything you need in the box. It's amazing. It even comes with a recipe book. So this is the piece that you're going to use when you want to turn this into a hand mixer. I'm going to put in my whisks, and I'm just going to pop them in. I use this, the first thing I ever made with this was some meringue cookies because I love meringue cookies. And I've never owned a hand mixer before, so this has been really fun. This piece goes with everything that you use. So this is the motor of everything. So you're gonna snap that in. And normally this is also the piece that controls the speed and what you're doing. But on this one, with the hand mixer, the controls are right here. And then last but not least, you're going to add one of our 2 batteries that come with this. So each battery comes with the charger. Each battery is going to last you for about 30 minutes. So you have an hour's worth of cooking and prepping time. So there is a safety here on the side. You push that in and then you just go. So easy. I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit. Oh my goodness. I don't know why I get so excited every time something works the way it's supposed to. I apologize ahead of time that my head is cut off because I left my other stand at school. As you guys know, I'm also a teacher, and my student teacher needed my stand. I'm gonna do just a little bit more. All right, so that's that, and this smells amazing. So perfect for fall. So I'm just gonna release the 2 whisks, pull those out. Those can go into the dishwasher. I'm gonna pop the battery off. You always wanna take that off and take this off, and then you're good to go for the next part. So when you're using a hand mixer, I didn't know this because I never owned one before, but you don't want to use it in glass because glass can actually over time develop chips, and we don't want glass chips in our food. So that's why this is so perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna set that aside because when my pizza finally cools off, then I can add that to the top. So, and I'm gonna show you guys that later. All right, so next up, we're gonna garnish this with a little bit of whipped cream. So this also comes with your Flex Plus, and I'm gonna show you how to use the Immersion Blender. So I'm just gonna add, I never measure, honestly, I never measure my whipped cream or my powdered sugar in my whipped cream. I just don't. So this is the Immersion Blender piece, okay? So again, you're gonna take this handle, you're gonna pop it on, okay? So now on this handle, you can see the on button and the speed selector, and then this blue part is going to light up. And then again, we're gonna pop that on, okay? So this does also have a safety. It's right under here. So in order to use it, you push the safety, and then you'll just immediately start turning it on, okay? And this, when you hold on, now when you're making whipped cream, obviously you need some air in there, right? So I'm gonna slowly move this up and down. And this is a nice big cup, so you can make a lot of whipped cream. I'm gonna turn it up all the way, so I can get it done faster because I'm impatient. So this is going to be part of our garnish on the pizza, okay? It's getting there so fast. Yep, it's getting there. It's getting stuck to the top of my Immersion Blender, which is fine because I'm going to tap it off. You'll see. You guys see? Getting whipped cream in there. All right. I'm going to stop that. Okay. So then next up, when this cools, I'm going to come back and show you how to decorate your pizza. Everybody, okay, so we're back and I'm gonna finish off this pizza because now my crust has cooled. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about our stoneware. Stoneware has been around since the very beginning. And we've had several different shapes and forms. We have some pieces that have a glaze on the outside so that they look a little bit nicer when you're cooking with them. The one thing that stays true to stoneware, from whether you have an old heritage piece to one of our new pieces of stoneware, is that the uglier it looks, the better it cooks. So you can kind of see on the edge of my stone here, it's a lighter color, but underneath this cookie, it's starting to darken up already. This is a newer piece. I want to show you the bottom. I think you guys can kind of see that sort of pattern on the bottom. That will tell you that that is a new piece, that sort of wave design. And the new pieces of stoneware that we have, we finally come into the next century, and our stoneware is now dishwasher safe. It is broiler safe. It is preheatable. So all of the things you loved about stoneware before, and now you can do even more with them. So this is what we are calling the pizza stone, although I will say I hardly ever refer to it as the pizza stone because we used to call this the large round stone. And I do really kind of like that better because I always tell people stoneware is just a shape. So I don't want you to necessarily think round must mean pizza, because it doesn't have to be. I use this particular stone for cookies all the time. But there are some things for this that do make it really nice for pizza. This backside has a little bit of a lip so that when you put this into your oven and you're preheating it while you're making your pizza, we do have a pizza peel. You can kind of see mine in the corner back there. When you go to shake your pizza off onto your preheated stone, it's not going to slide off the back because of that little lip. So that's really nice. And then after that, it's just a shape. So if you don't have any stoneware, I highly recommend everybody every kitchen in America should have at least one piece of Pampered Chef stoneware. Our stones are different than other stones that you might find on the market. They are definitely not just for pizza or for bread. However, if you find one that said pizza making stone or bread stone, and it's not Pampered Chef, that's all they want you to cook on it, because it is definitely porous. And if you do anything with fat, like a cookie, you are going to have that fat running through your stone and setting fire in your oven, and nobody wants that. Also, ours are virtually non-porous, which means that if this were to break, which would break my heart, I could look and see the top layer would be dark because that's where it's been seasoned, but throughout it would be that nice white kind of tan color. Whereas others on the market, if they are dark on top, you'll see the dark going all the way through, because that's not seasoning going through. That's some things you don't want in your kitchen. All right, so let me tell you what I did for this. So easy. This was just a roll of sugar cookie dough. Now, I am not a super huge fan of the taste of pre-done refrigerated cookie dough. However, when you add things to it, I have an amazing gingerbread recipe that I use faithfully now because it turns out perfectly every time, and it starts with a roll of sugar cookie dough. So to this one, we added just a little bit, about a teaspoon of our cinnamon plus. So the recipe will call for, I think it says a pumpkin pie spice. This I use for pumpkin pie spice, apple pie spice. When I make my pumpkin coffee syrup, if I have anything that even calls for like cinnamon and nutmeg and whatever, I just add those the total amounts, and I use this. You will not be sad if you get our cinnamon plus. And let me tell you, this, just like the milk pan that I showed you earlier, this is a holiday item. It's only out right now for the holidays, the winter holidays, and once it's gone, it's gone. We've had it the last couple of years at holiday, but I don't know if we're actually gonna get it again. So I keep a stock because I ran out once, and let me tell you, I was one sad individual. So love that. All I did was I kneaded it with my hands. I rolled it out with our dough roller. And I love that. It's in my dishwasher right now, but it has two sides to it, and you don't have to worry about rolling this way. So if you have a little bit of arthritis or carpal tunnel, it's just going to you just roll it like this so your hand stays flat. It's great. All right, so I'm going to take the frosting, that brown butter maple frosting that I made earlier. You wait until this is cool. So it cooked at 350 for I did 18 minutes, so it's 17 to 19 minutes. Typically I find with my stones, especially if I'm cooking a first batch, they're gonna need to go towards the middle to higher end of the cooking time. And then if you are doing something like cookies that are gonna give you, you're doing multiple batches, then you can definitely reduce that time because that stone is gonna hold some of the heat. But you definitely want this cold because this is a brown butter frosting. And if you put this on a hot stone, it's just gonna melt into a river of butter. So I've got it here on my stone, and I'm just gonna take the back of a spoon and kind of spread it out to get a nice look to it. I think what I'm gonna do though, because this has been sitting out, I probably should have stuck this in my fridge while I was waiting for things to cool, but that's okay. I'm gonna grab my, small spreader. So I love this too for doing my cupcakes, because this is definitely a frosting consistency. So this is really a nice way to spread things out quickly. And then if you want to give it a little bit more of a decoration, then use the back of your spoon. But this is just going to my children, so I don't think they're gonna mind too much if it's just a flat frosting. Also, this stone that I have is our large pizza stone. It's a 15-inch diameter, and the recipe calls for you to use the medium stone, which is a 13-inch. But I like to save space in my kitchen, I have been doing this for 22 years now, so I definitely have all of the products, and I have to say, like, bless and release some of them. So if you guys are not in my recipe group over on Facebook, definitely join me there, because I do giveaways every Friday, and when I do have a surplus of things, I'm gonna need to start giving them away. So they're gonna be the first group that I go to. So if you would like to have some gently used things, because of course my items need to stay in good condition, I'm not going to be killing them, then join me over there and you can get your name into drawing. So I just spread that out really fast. This is just a variation on a fruit pizza that we had many moons ago. So this is my easy accent decorator. I just have that little half moon shell shape there, and I have the whipped cream in that I made with my Immersion Blender, and I'm just giving it a quick little pipe. I am by no means a cake decorator, especially when I'm trying to not be taking too much of your time, but this is still gonna look really good. And so I'm just piping this around. You can use this with one hand. It's dishwasher safe. It comes with all of the tips that you need to do all kinds of decorating. My shell border is not perfect and not exactly round either, but that's okay. So just going around. I wish you guys could be here to smell this, because it smells amazing, right? I have a taste tester over here and she's got a look on her face. Oh my goodness. Did I just run out? I might have just run out, like right at the very end. That's okay. Doesn't matter. All right, so that's going to be dishwasher safe. And then I just have about a tablespoon or so of English toffee bits. You can buy these in the baking section with your chocolate chips and things like that. Of course, you could take a Heath bar and chop that up if you wanted, but those Heath bars have that chocolate on the outside. You don't just get the toffee. So there it is. What do you think? I have somebody who's drooling over here who wants it. So that is our dessert pizza. The great thing about this is you can change up the added flavorings that you add to your cookie dough. And then you can do a cream cheese frosting and fruit. You can do, there's so many different ones. You can search them on my website. Thank you guys again for coming and joining me in my kitchen and cooking with me. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.